he wants to pass, then you play around with him a little bit. And we get up under him. And I'm off to this 90-degree angle. He can react one of a couple of different ways here, right? From here, if he tries to, this is a cue that you pick up off watching Donner. He gives some great tips on this spot, but more than tips, like he breaks down a full system. But the thing that he says is, if the guy turns his head away, then we're gonna go to the outside heel hook, come back. And if he brings his head in, then we're gonna go to the inside heel hook. That's just a real simple way to understand it, okay? So you get off to this position, and his head turns away, then we're gonna go to the outside system. Here. He turns his head in and faces me. As he does that, I'm gonna boot him forward. Bring the knee down. And drop him in to the inside Ashi system, or the honey hole is what we tend to call this position. It's got a lot of different names. Some people call this 411. Some people call it the saddle, cross Ashi, inside Senkaku. You could just call it leg lock. You don't have to call it anything. You can just break his leg. But we call it the honey hole here generally. Right? We're not going to spend a lot of time on the mechanics of the legs themselves. That's not what this is going to be about, but I just want to introduce you guys to this opening idea. He turns away. I go to the, keep going. Figure 4. Wait, 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 wait. Keep going, keep going. I wait, and I finish with a gripped in broken leg. Sorry about that. Rewind. He turns to face me. I'm going to boot him to take his weight off of this leg. Straighten this one, bring it home. Yep, 1, 2, 3. He's gonna start on his knees. And you're gonna start playing for your butterfly guard. He's gonna do all of his passing either with both knees on the ground or one knee on the ground for this drill. Not because that's the only way to pass. In fact, it might not be the best way to pass right now. But that's the way he's going to do it because that's what we're working on. You understand? So he's going to do, yeah, go back to where you're kind of, yeah, you popped up a little bit. Yeah, this is fine too. You know what I'm saying? This is still down. I'm going to play my butterfly guard. I'm going to play my butterfly guard. And my objective is to get inside on his legs. You guys understand? I want you to stay upright and attack him from this position. Don't let him run away. If he starts to run, snap him up, drag him back in, right? This is not a position where we just go, well, you can't pass, so I'm the king. This is jiu-jitsu. That's not jiu-jitsu, right? Get in here. If he wants to pass, then you play around with him a little bit. And we get up under him. If he leaves that foot up, he's gone, okay? And he's doing that and trying to feed the technique. It's good. I want you guys to drill this thing hard right here and get under on the legs. If you don't get into the final heel hooks, I don't care about that. Really don't even do the heel hooks if you don't want it. But I want to see the entries over and over and over from live sparring. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Instead of having my foot on the inside, what I'm going to do now is place this foot right over here on the bottom. And so I'm making an X against his leg here, okay? I'm going to now wait for him to make the same pressure forward. So as he pressures forward, now rather than taking the wrist and falling to my side and looking to sweep him, what I'm going to do is as he pressures forward, I'm going to take my body all the way underneath him to a flat back, making sure that my shin bone touches his hip and my hand digs underneath his leg here. Now I'm in a position that we call the reverse X. This hand is going to push him away from me, and I'm going to lift, not just extend my legs, but lift my hips into the sky. As I do that, I use my hand to push myself off a little deeper into this angle, and now I straighten out this leg here. Curl my legs to the ground, and I finish with him here. Okay, so So again. I'm into my angle from the flow, with the underhook, and I have this position. He's already starting to push in on me. Rather than going sideways and hitting a sweep, I go all the way underneath to my back, making sure that my knee touches his hip. This is a detail that a lot of you guys are gonna kind of be light on when you do it, because this knee has to shield him and kind of carry him with a frame here. This hand now pushes him that way as I lift my hips up. So you see how my hips come up? And as my hips come up, I steer myself off to this angle, straightening that leg, curling my legs down, and now dropping him to the floor. One more, no talkie. Okay, so as you guys go to do this technique, whether he's got his feet on the floor or whether he's down on lower than that still, it's really, really crucial that you educate your partner on when this is going to take place. What's the context of this? The context is that his weight has distributed to this side of the body. If his weight is back here and this leg is heavy, it's impossible for me to try to lift him or cut him. It's dumb, okay? But when I rock and push him and he begins to push back, and now look, his weight now is on this side. Lift this hand up off the ground without falling down. You see, he's gonna fall. All the weight has now shifted to this side of the body. It makes this leg light, and now when I cut my angle, it makes it very simple. You just sit up and finish in this position here. Tell them a little bit about yourself and why they should listen to you.
You should listen because Brandon said to listen. That's right, I remember.